Hey, folks, welcome to the Generational Gap. I am Robert, your resident Gen Xer. Right over there is John. He's your resident millennial. There it is, resident
Wow.
millennial.
Wow. Very good.
Our resident
Way
evil.
to, way to set the tone. Way to set the tone.
Hey,
You know what? Let's just go ahead and shut the whole thing down. We'll just put it back up, start all over. Does that sound good? Just a little take two action.
no, because then I'll screw. Then I know I'll screw something up.
Right.
I'll really screw the pooch if that happens. And you know I'm not into screwing pooches. Just not.
Right.
It's
At least
not
not
my
on
thing.
weekdays.
It's not on my thing. It's not on my bucket list. It's
But
nothing.
what you do like to do is burp after the show goes off.
Hey, you know what?
And the mics are still hot.
I don't know. I was afraid we were going to have to address Burpgate. Um, yeah,
Gate.
there may have been a moment after the last show where I failed to click the mics off, and John and I
Oh.
proceeded on as usual with off the mic normality. In my defense, I had just taken a large sip of my carbonated beverage, and I had been maintaining till after the show was over. I,
Right.
but I'm guessing it was the maintenance that caused my lapse in judgment, and I failed to turn off the mics.
Yeah, we'll blame it on that for sure. Yeah, that's pretty
Fortunately,
funny.
I don't know. I think we're hanging it out there right now, but Jay Edgar may have been the only person that knew about that.
He might have been the only one who
I
heard.
think
He's the only one who said anything, at least.
we might have driven off enough of the other viewers that
You know, we
he
did
was
lose
the
a
only one.
subscriber.
Did we?
Yeah, we went from 220 to 219. So I think you caused that person to leave.
The burp heard round the world.
That's right.
Well, then I would
That was a
just like
massive subscriber loss.
I would just like to say to the viewing public out there, past, present, and future, that that burp in no way reflected the
The views of the
the views
generational
of the generational
gap.
gap.
That's right.
Um,
Generational gap in no way
for
endorses nor condones burping
for any
for any reason.
for anyone out there that I may have offended with this, please do not don't cancel me on my non-existent Twitter presence or my barely existent Facebook presence or
Right.
or my non-existent social media presence on so many other platforms that some haven't even been created yet.
Right.
But above all else, please don't cancel my MySpace page because it would be
Oh no.
devastating.
That would
Um,
be.
if I were to
Like
lose
15
Tom,
years.
if I were to lose Tom as a friend,
He's been the best friend, man.
he has stuck by me through all of
Yeah.
this. Now I'm not going to resign my position. I can't do that. I think the show is too important. Um, no matter the gas involved, I still think it's important that we're having these discussions.
That's right.
So there's my apology. Please, if you need to soundbite that at all, please do so. I'll assume that you'll take most things out of context. Enjoy.
Hell yeah.
All right.
So, Robert.
I feel better that I got that off my chest.
Yeah.
So on to your crazy. Uh,
Like crazy. See you guys turning
are you
around on me.
excited for your trip, John? You've got an upcoming
Very
trip.
excited.
Um,
Yeah. Leaving at 10 a.m. tomorrow. It'll be fantastic.
you are going to be the intrepid Gin Gap ghost hunter. Um,
Yeah, I'm the roving reporter for Gen Gap
yep.
the
We're
next few days.
now we're gonna have to go with ghost hunter as opposed to any kind of ghostbuster because I don't think you're going in there to you don't have any intent to clean the hotel up or anything. This hotel is clean, right? That's not your thing, right?
Yeah.
You're
Well,
just
instead of being a ghostbuster, I could be a ghost ball buster, right? bust their
No,
balls.
no, no. You want to be
Of
friends, right? I mean,
course, yeah,
you're
yeah,
there to
yeah,
be
naturally.
friends with any friendly
Right. I
spirits.
mean, I gotta sleep in their house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be a dick.
Yeah, I mean,
You know.
you don't go into a haunted place with any negative energy because if there are negative spirits there, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, there's somebody that
Yeah,
wants
it's
to
cool.
play."
Yeah,
That's what they think. They think like that. They actually that's the actual ghost lingo.
it was
Oh, they
psychology.
want to play. Right. But so I thought it'd be we thought it would be fun. You're going to try and see if you can't have any spectral machinations go on while you are at the hotel.
I like it.
Yeah, that's see if you.
Machinations and manifestations.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
that would be interesting as well. If especially now you will have to make sure sans background, right? You want to make sure that you've got
Oh
you're
yeah,
just
yeah. You'll be able
showing
to
the
see the
room.
hotel room behind me. Absolutely. Yeah,
Right, because
absolutely.
we want to catch anything. This will be one of those things where hopefully we'll be able to go back. I may turn it to where set it up to where I'm not even there. In the image, it's just going to be you on your end,
Ooh,
and maybe I'll be
that's
small somewhere.
scary.
But and in that way, get a larger image of you and see what's going on. See if there's anything fun and spooky happening. Um, because I'd like for you to get the scared out of you, but
That would be really good for
right?
views.
Wouldn't that be something
Sure.
awesome to take away from a hotel if like you crapped your pants because a ghost scared you so bad?
Right?
That's a
I
I
would like
shit
to
my
know.
pants story you could tell people.
I don't
It's
even have to. I could just show them
right,
the
especially
video.
if you get
I
proof,
feel like
right?
it's all on video. Yeah.
Right? If you've got the proof, and it's like, look, yeah, I shit my pants, and here's why, and tell me you
Yeah.
wouldn't have,
Tell me you're not about to shit your pants
right?
right now. Right. Yeah.
I'll see your paranormal activity, and I'll raise you shit your pants activity.
Right.
But before we do that, before we talk some more about this hotel and see if talk some more about haunting, a little bit of haunting, because there is a video that just came out. I just saw the article. Now this may, of course, everything is like who knows what's old and who knows what's being regurgitated anymore. But anyway, so I've got this video. It's a little bit spooky to me because I have kids, but it's like,
Mhm.
what was that? But I did want to start off the show with something a little lighter. And again, this may be something that's already been memed to death. I don't know. But it hit home and you'll see why it hit home. But it's all about, you know, and that employee that you constantly have to like tell them to stop doing stupid crap
Oh yeah.
because
I know some people like that.
they're like the class clown
Oh
or
my
whatever the
God.
case
Yeah.
may be, right? So
Yeah.
so this is supposedly a series of notes that were written and done now I see this as a management tool where this is something that's done in a passive aggressive way with an unknown employee. You just put a random name that you don't have any employee name that, right? And you put notes up, so it's like you're calling somebody out but
But you're
not
not
really.
really.
So you're
Yeah.
instead calling everybody out, and anybody who does that, they're like, oh, I do
Oh,
that.
it's me.
That's the
Yeah.
hope, right? But anyway, so I
Yeah.
wanted to share this. I thought maybe you would find it funny. Like I said, it hits a little bit close to home, and is the primary reason why I'm sharing it. Here we go, because I know exactly what store this is happening in. Well, not the exact location, but the company. But anyway,
Um.
so here's the first note. This kind of gives you a
Oh, I've
clue.
seen these.
Have
Yeah.
you?
Fail blog. Oh my God. Cheeseburger. Oh my God. This is so. This is like a walk down memory lane, dude.
Right?
Like it has
So this is
cheeseburger. That's like one of
recirculating.
the OG memes.
Now,
Holy shit.
right. But this jumped out at me because like some of the lingo that's used in these is like
Yeah.
I hear this lingo in the when I'm talking to my wife about her work for the night. It's just kind of funny. So you've seen this, all of these? Like this
I
is
don't know if I've seen all of them, but I've definitely seen
um,
I've definitely seen this one and ones like it.
So I'm guessing that maybe this. So my takeaway was that this was actually like a meme that was kind of like a Tide Pod thing, right? That was just
Yeah.
doing it at
You
work,
just kind of write
writing
down
notes
random
to
stuff.
Shane, right? Notes.
Yeah, basically.
Stop implying Walmart keeps the good stuff in the back. Management. I like that. That's kind of funny, right? I could see the guy doing that.
Hmm.
Shane, when a customer asks where to find a product, give them an aisle number, not directions to Albertsons.
See what I mean? Like it has to be. Obviously, it's fake, right? It's
Maybe.
someone who does that constantly. Someone who does all these things.
Oh yeah, that part. Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
mean, come on, they're gone. Like they're
Right.
gone.
Right.
And plus, I mean, these are just so obviously something that you might see in a TV show,
Now this one.
goofy, 2005, like buddy,
Right.
shoving buddies kind of show. Yeah.
This one's kind of funny. The little note up at the top. I'm like, oh, that sounds like something my wife would be saying, talking about having happened at night. But anyway, Shane, quit offering extended warranties on the fried chicken.
Right.
That one's kind of funny. A little bit funny. It's not as good. The best chicken one. I'll find. Shane, stop asking. Is that your final answer? And offering to let them phone a friend after each order. The deli.
Uh-huh. Right.
You don't get that? No, come on.
I get it. I guess it's just I don't find it funny, but I get it.
You don't
I
find
do
it
get it.
funny? Come on, John. It's
No, not
funny.
really.
It's funny.
Okay.
Putting price tags on the deli equipment. Have you ever had an employee do that? I've had an employee do that before.
No, not putting price tags on the
Right?
equipment.
I tried to tell the customer that we were going out of business and we were selling stuff. Just fucking around, just pranking, but did that.
Right. Nice.
Putting multiple name tags on and pretending to have a personality disorder. Yeah. All right. So, but the one that I did find funny, there, where was it? Was here. Some assembly required stickers on the 8-piece chicken.
Uh,
Come on,
that
come on. That's funny. That's a good
is
one.
kind of funny.
Some assembly required. All right. So anyway, but anyway, this. Have you seen this? This is it's been, I don't know if it's made the rounds before or not. If you've seen this one and looking at different ghost stuff, because I know you've been looking at
I don't
stuff
think
recently.
so.
So this
No, I
was
don't
a.
think so.
I caught this on my news feed on my news aggregator. It's from is out of the mirror from in the mirror. I know that's a UK rag, I think, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But anyway, so this was supposedly a video. Now I do want to point something out. That the first thing that jumped out at me in this video, and I had to stop it, pause it, just so I could just contemplate for a minute, is that this is a child's bedroom. Like you can see the small bed, you can see all of this, right? But where the camera is, look what's right in front of the camera. This is a TV right here at the bottom, this big black thing.
Yeah.
A
What is that?
huge fucking screen
Yeah. What is
TV.
that?
It's a TV in a
Oh.
child's room. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
huge TV in a child's room. Like it's big. It looks to be almost as wide as the bed.
I mean, maybe they had an extra one.
I,
They got a new TV and they were like, well, we have this old one. We're not gonna throw it away. Just let her use it, and then when she gets older, she can keep using it for a long time. I don't know.
dude, it was like I set the market like 10 years old before I would even consider putting a TV in the child's bedroom.
I
But
don't know. I was about that age when my parents got their first flat screen, and I had that. Those old like big ass like the TVs got back, like the big
right,
tube TV.
right.
Like I got one of those in my room, and that was fucking fantastic because my room was small, so like it took up quite a bit of the room. I thought it was pretty badass.
All right, so watch this video. Watch the little girl, and then like I said, it could be fake. I don't know. It's always these could be fake, but listen to her. Like wait for it at the end and listen to her, and then and try and watch real close what happens. I don't know. You tell me. Well, don't do that. Just keep playing. Why? Why would you hang?
Yeah, why would it do that?
I've watched this video multiple times. Why does it want to hang?
Who
Really?
knows, man?
See, you try and expose the paranormal, and this is what you
That's
get.
right. That's
Okay,
right.
so
Trying to hit. Okay.
please don't hang again. Really?
Hit refresh.
Good Lord, the things that I have to go through.
Fucking the mirror, man. What are you gonna do? Oh, bullshit. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if that's actually true or not.
All right, let's see again. All right, try again.
Watch the ads.
It's one of those where it's like you can't tell if it's planned till it's actually planned
Yeah.
because it sits here
Yeah.
like in a pause
Yeah.
scenario. There it goes. All right, here we go.
All right.
Wait. Did you see that? All right, so
No.
I'm going to back this up just a hair. Hopefully, it doesn't fuck with the video. But you see,
Oh, it's
she's like she's reaching for something under the bed.
huh?
And if you watch, there's a dark shadow there, like she's trying to get a hold of something. But as she starts to get up from the bed, it like goes away. Right? You see it right here.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now watch.
That was her
It
hand.
might have been her shadow. Okay, but she was trying to get something.
Oh, well, fuck. Got.
So
She done got.
right? So it's like it could have just been a child crawling under the bed till
It looks like that. Yeah.
and 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 looking at the child like I mean, okay, I've had children. They have beds like this. I know that this is just like a small single bed, a child's bed. There's
Yeah.
nothing major going on under these beds. That's clear open space unless there's toys or whatever, boxes, whatever might be under
Right.
there. But she should easily be the like if she laid down on it, she was on it earlier, she should be able to lay from front to back without going all the way under the bed.
Well, it did show her like bringing her feet in,
Right.
like her legs. Showed her legs coming in.
Well, I get that. Right. Her legs go under the
Oh
bed.
no, no. So I'm saying they come into her. Like she gets more into like the fetal position kind of
Oh,
deal
as she's going
as
under.
she's going. Yeah, as she's going
Right.
under.
So, but
Right. So
my
I'm saying that's why she wouldn't have her feet sticking out.
I guess my ultimate point is if she were actually trying to reach something under the bed, she wouldn't have to go all the way under the bed to get something, which is what
Oh
it looks
well.
like she's doing is going
Let's watch it again.
is trying to find get something. See, she's not short.
Yeah. Okay, hang on. Did you see that on the other side of her? Go back a little bit. Like she's like coming in
When
and
you
she's like
say on
going.
the other side of her,
Yeah, so the far side, like not the side that's closest to us of her, but the other side of her.
the wall
We
side.
watched, yeah, the wall side. We watched that part as we're doing this again. Yeah, see? You see that?
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out if that's her other leg. So watch. I'm trying. So this tie, her, the one that you can just barely see there, that's starting
Yeah.
to bend up. Is that leg? See how it sweeps out over there? Yeah. So the camera
Oh,
didn't get a
okay.
chance to focus on.
Okay. Okay. Whew, that would have been. Cause it looks like it's something scooping up, like and grabbing her by the butt and pulling her in.
But I'm trying to figure out why she was stressing. Right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Wait. Why is
Does
oh, there it is. Oh.
does the video not do anything? Does it not say anything underneath the video or anything like
Well,
that?
yeah, they talk about it for a moment. The
Oh,
video, it's been
serious business.
viewed. Wife thinks she crawled, but she was pulled by something. I mean,
Right, it could be either way. The hell?
yeah, he thinks it
That
was
shit
her being
flying.
pulled under. The mother said she crawled under. But
Yeah.
but all of a sudden comes Cran. They basically just tell what happened in it, how it has been seen a bunch of times. But yeah, it's kind of weird. Why did she start freaking out under there? The pop? You heard that pop, that knock,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
I was like, okay, did she just lift her head and bang it on the bottom of the bed? But why would she continue going under there unless she was curling up because she hit her head? And you know how you'll curl up into that fetal like you talked about, holding your head.
right.
She may have been doing that, um, but I don't know. It was kind of weird. It gave me pause in thinking of what you were going to be doing come this weekend. So, I thought, what the hey? I'll share that with John and the viewing audience and see what they think. So, you can ask yourself, what was that? Was that just a child having interaction? You know, I can see it going either way.
Yeah, that's
Being
pretty fucking weird.
so. Are you taking any children with you?
Nope. Luckily not.
Any pets?
Nope.
Cats are a good one to take on something like this. Just
Oh my
FYI.
god. That was the one time I scared the shit out of my girlfriend because of her cats. It was so funny. We had just got done watching The Devil Inside. Very scary movie. Awesome. Very recommended for like a date horror movie.
Uh huh.
Uh but then we were at her place and she's got her and her sister each have a cat. So she lives with her sister, they each have a cat. And they were both in her bedroom and like just staring at the ceiling after the end of the movie. Like so they're just sitting and just staring at the ceiling for whatever reason, right? Cats are weird; they do that. But she's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "There's something. There's got to be something there." I was like, "What are they doing?" They're just sitting there, like they're just staring and they're sitting in one spot. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like she's all freaked out, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's probably a ghost," right? Just kind of flippantly. And then she gets up and like walks over and she's like real, cautious, like puts her, they'll both go past the door frame. Just kind of puts her hands on either side, puts her head in like that, and just come sneak up behind and just grab and just went rah like that. That was it. Just grabbed her on the side, rah. She screamed so loud, like you would have thought I was murdering her. And she just fell to the ground, just like accepting her death. Like whatever just got her. Like that was it. She was eaten.
Just
It
give
was
up,
over.
right?
Yeah,
Curl
just
into a
that
ball.
was
The
it.
bear will go away.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Please let the
She
bear
just
go
hits
away.
the ground. It was so funny. It was highlight of the relationship so far.
Well,
The best.
does she have neighbors that live upstairs?
No, she's on the top floor.
Oh, okay. Well, then they heard something.
Yeah,
They heard something on the roof, a bird or something. Right,
probably.
but now I will say this: cats, like how they say birds can follow magnetic signal, like they use magnetics
Do they
to
say that?
for like migration and stuff. Like they can sense
I don't.
changes in the magnetic field and this kind of
I don't
thing. It
know
throws
dick
them
about
off.
cats.
They use magnetics in as far as their compass, their guiding, as it were, much like a compass does, right? So that's what they say about birds. If birds were real, that's what
Right.
they
We know
intimate.
birds are just using GPS, right?
Right. But anyway, so but cats are, cats, like, I don't know, they can sense mood much better than a lot of household pets can. I think energy, as it were, negative, positive, whatever. If you watch cats, like a lot of times, like if the room is getting tense, cats will clear out real fucking early on,
Oh yeah.
expecting more tension to come in the room. Dogs will be like that to a certain extent, but some dogs are just like, oh cool, what's gonna happen? What what's go-
What's going
what's going
on?
on, right? Um, but no, we're following somebody around who's not feeling well. I've seen cats do it a lot, or like showing more attention to someone who's sick, because they can feel that negative energy, that kind of thing. They're very, I don't know, they're very in
Right.
tune that way. So, it's, but it is that intense curiosity of them listen, just random sounds like that. You don't even hear it, and they hear it, and it's like, and that's why people think
Yeah.
they can see ghosts. I think that's what it
Right.
is.
That's probably what it is.
Ed says he thinks the oral he'd think the oral would be the highlight, and I see Ron Helton in the
Yeah.
house thought the video was
I would think
strange
I
too.
think the non-sexual highlight of the
Uh,
relationship. How about that? Ed. Jeez.
wow, his mind is always in the gutter. And you
Jeez.
think I'm
I
bad. You
know.
think I'm bad,
I
and there's Ed
know.
right there, right over there.
I know. Yeah, it's just as bad, if not worse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It might actually be worse.
Right? Who? There's a millennial who needs the boomer filter.
It's
Right?
true.
Right?
It's some sort of filter.
Needs the boomer filter.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a product we should make. A boomer filter.
Humor filter.
Right? Make some novelty product and call it the boomer filter. That will help keep them
A
from
mask.
seeing.
Surgical mask. And the boomer filter.
Right? I don't know. There'll never be a boomer filter until they turn it into law. But anyway, so John, tell me, have you found anything interesting out about your destination?
Um, I mean, more than what you and I went over. Uh, no,
Okay,
but we didn't mention everything on the show,
so
luckily. So
here's some things that we talked about the it was an armory, it was an arsenal, right? And
yeah,
they turned it into an academy. So um, I found a little deeper history into it that talks about it during the time of the Civil War, and it wouldn't it now doesn't surprise me if ghosts are real that this would be a very haunted place because
oh
just
yeah,
to give you some stats. Okay, here's some stats for you. All right, now first off, well, in preface, there was a group out of them called that were based out of the Citadel and Arsenal Cadets. A group of them called the Cadet Rangers. They became part of the Sixth Regiment, the South Carolina Cavalry, and were really big help during the war. This, that, and the other. Um, uh, if you're familiar with the Battle of Trevilian Station in Virginia, they were a big part of that, which was supposed to be the largest and bloodiest engagement of Union and Confederate cavalry during the Civil
Hmm.
War. But anyway, so some stats about the academy at the time in regard to the cadets from there. During the war, 12 members of the Battalion of State Cadets were killed or died as a result of wounds or illness suffered in the field. In addition, 4 members of the Cadet Rangers were killed in military service. Of some 224 graduates living during the Civil War, 209 served in the Confederate Armed Forces that came out of that academy, graduates. All but 29 as commissioned officers, 4 graduates attained the rank of general, and 19 attained the rank of full colonel. 36 were killed in action or died from wounds on the battlefield. Another 13 died from wounds or disease in service. Some 200 former cadets who had not graduated are known to have died in military service during the Civil War. So, like, because during the Civil War, they actually they did uh, use the academy and the old arsenal as a military fortification. And what was interesting
Yeah.
was that the there was Fort Sumter is right near it, right?
Mhm.
And when Fort Sumter surrendered, they actually fortified and with cannons the arsenal, and they started using that point to fire on Fort Sumter
Yeah,
after it was occupied and battled between the two buildings,
yeah.
between those two locations, which I thought was pretty interesting. And so then it really lends a lot of credence to how many people would have died there on those grounds.
Oh yeah.
How
Well,
many?
I mean, not in the Fort Sumter.
Huh?
What do you mean? Oh wait, with the you're talking about the Union
During
soldiers who were firing on the Confederate captured Sumter, right?
right. So
Okay,
the
yeah,
Union
yeah.
had taken Fort Sumter, right, and
But you
then
so you're talking about the original, like the first shots, right?
the first shots of the war.
Of the war, yeah.
Right. So on April 12th and 13th in 1861, the Confederate artillery batteries in Charleston Harbor and Union forces
Okay.
occupying Fort Sumter exchanged fire, and
Okay.
that is when Sumter surrendered.
But
Um,
didn't nobody die from that?
it
Pretty sure
doesn't,
no one
it
died.
didn't give a death count on that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Um,
no one died from those exchanges.
So then they turned to the Citadel. The officers at the Citadel were directly involved in establishing artillery positions there at the Citadel and
Yeah.
firing directly on Fort Sumter. Sumter. Uh, uh, there are a few surviving records of cadets' direct involvement in the Fort Sumter bombardment. It is known, however, that many cadets were in Charleston at the time and some attached themselves to various units, etc. Um, but in knowing, like, I would assume that there was an exchange of cannon fire between the two locations, right? Like, you didn't take Fort Sumter and not fire on the Citadel,
I
right?
don't think so. I don't
Because
think so.
because the
If I'm
Citadel
not
was
mistaken,
eventually captured as well.
eventually, yeah. But the first shots of the Civil War was so.
Oh, I'm not saying it was the first
Let me look
shots
it
of
up
the
because
Civil War.
that's what you were saying, right?
No, no, no. I'm just saying after Fort Sumter was taken
Surrendered.
by the
Yeah,
Union
yeah.
forces, they refortified at the Citadel and actually fired on Fort Sumter, like battled within the city
Oh,
back
I
and
see what you're
forth
saying. I
between
see what you're saying.
Confederate
Okay,
and Union. Right.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
So that's why I say I'm assuming that there was death on the arsenal grounds quite often during the
probably.
entire siege of the city, both in the battles that went on while it was still standing and then up through its takeover, right? So I could see a lot of people having perished that were actually associated with the academy, thus lending to the large amount of hauntings that go on there. You know, some
Right.
deep attachments to the academy, unfinished business, dying during the war. Yeah, it's like ripe
Kinds of
for
stuff.
a
Yeah.
ghost novel,
Oh
right?
yeah.
But yeah, so these guys were, like there was a lot of heavy involvement with, many of the guys that came out of this place during the Civil War, all throughout the area during the taking of
Yeah.
Charleston, etc. And that is from what I'm seeing, that is like the only point in time in its history, in its long history, that it's actually seen a lot of death or anything like that, like any kind of conflict or anything. Previous to that, things were pretty much, hands off. It was just used as a functional building, turned into an
Right.
academy. People were using it. Civil War blows up. It has its moment in time. And then from there, it just became a federal building where federal troops were kept. Nothing major going on there after the Civil War, right? So, it stands to reason if you go in there armed with the right knowledge, right?
Mhm.
That maybe you can say the right things. You can talk to these spirits. You know, remember, you're a Southerner first.
Oh no. Yeah, yeah.
As long as you just need to make sure there was no tension between North Carolina and South Carolina at the time,
Why would there? Wait. What would that matter?
because you're from South Carolina, right?
Yeah.
And you're. Oh, wait.
Gonna be in
Why
South
was I thinking that?
Carolina.
Why was I thinking you were from North Carolina at some
You
point?
always do that. I don't
I
know.
used to think you were from North Carolina, but now I remember you are from South Carolina, right?
I'm from the place that we're going. I was born
And
in the place that we're going.
because of my advanced senility, because of that confusion that
Clearly,
I used to have about north south for where you were from, it made me in my head correlating
you still
Charleston
thought I
as
was
being
going the
in North
opposite.
Carolina while you're from South Carolina. You fucked up my
Right.
geography and everything,
I
John,
fucked it up.
because you didn't make
Right.
it clear.
Me.
You didn't make it clear early on,
I did.
enough for my addled brain as to where you actually were from. So
Right.
suck it up, asshole. But that being said, uh, a lot of officers through there. So if you can familiarize yourself with some of the
To
the
play
lingo.
play Reveille in the morning.
Well, now
like 5 a.m. I'll
you'll wind
just
up playing
reveille.
it bad. Oh, you're on your phone, right?
Yeah, well, I'm bringing my speaker, of course.
Now, just understand, spirits do have a love-hate relationship with technology, right? If it's
Yeah,
used in the wrong ways. But if it's just, quiet out of the way, it's not like, it, boom. Then they can make the choice as to whether or not they make themselves known on it, right? You don't want to be shoving it in their
right.
face,
Oh yeah,
right? That's you want to be polite to these guys.
of
Um,
course.
so we didn't share. I don't think we shared this on. I think maybe you talked about it a little bit, but so in the reviews, there was a review that you came across, right, for this hotel. Do you remember on the day that we were talking about the
Uh huh.
review you came up with? Okay.
Yep.
Oh, maybe you were lagging there for a moment. But anyway, so so this review on some review site that handles travel and has reviews. Um, this is what the review stated. It's titled "Definitely Haunted."
That's right. Yeah.
When I booked this hotel, it never crossed my mind to check if it was haunted or not, but I wish I did. First, we were in room 207 this past weekend, which has no windows. The no window part sucked, but we dealt with it.
See that? Hang on, real quick, because I've never experienced that before. I've never been to a hotel that did not have at least one window.
Right, but how often have you stayed in a hotel that used to be an arsenal that didn't need a lot of
Uh,
windows?
Not yet.
Right,
I haven't done it yet.
right. And you
So
don't
that's
want to
that's fair. I'm just saying.
you don't want to
Wow.
bang up a historical building too much by throwing in some windows just to suit some mamby-pamby customers.
Fair enough.
All right, historical, buddy.
Yep.
On the first night, when we went to bed, we heard a bang on the lampshade of our nightstand, which creeped us out, but we just went back to sleeping. Then the second day, we were sitting, chatting, and out of nowhere, my hairbrush that was sitting on top of my luggage fell to the ground, and we were nowhere near it. At
See,
this,
that one sounds like it was just perched
right,
precariously.
right,
Yeah.
that's what I took away too.
Right.
At this point, we decided to Google. I don't know that they should put that on kids read this stuff. But anyway, we just
That's disgusting. How dare you?
at this
You
point
keep that to yourself, harlot.
at this point we decided to Google and see if it was haunted, and sure enough, we were very
So,
creeped out after this point, but figured we only had one more night to get through. We're always out and about. Otherwise, we're always out and about and never at the hotel to begin with. Famous last words, right? Is that what I'm going with? Famous last words. We only
yeah.
had one more night, and we're never there
What's the
anyway,
worst that could happen?
right? Our last morning there, we were woken up with a big thump as if something hit our nightstand. So be aware, when you stay there, it's definitely haunted. They say room
Okay.
103 is the worst, and they will not let people stay there. Other than the haunting, the hotel is dated. The pool tile are the pool tile are falls apart. Good grammar all the way, mostly
All
all
the
the way.
way
The
through.
pool tiles are falls apart. The rooms are dated. The only good thing about this hotel is the staff, location, and free breakfast. I would not stay here again. Oh, that drives me crazy. Like when a review or something is cut off and it says more, and you click more, and there's one more word. It's just
Yeah, like
really. You took up the space to put
I
more
could have,
in, and there was just
I
one
could have
more word. You,
extrapolated. Could
you
have extrapolated that extra word. It
right?
would have been fun.
And
Oh my
all you
god!
did was cover up one word with another one,
Right,
just to get a click,
with two
just to,
more, one word with two more words. See more. Like,
right. But yeah, so if your nightstand thumps in the morning when you wake
oh,
up,
get
it
rid of
is
it then.
definitely haunted.
If my
Definitely
nice,
haunting.
my nightstand thumps, then I'm picking it up and I'm moving it outside the door, and I'm just taking it in the hallway and closing the door.
Dude,
And
I
I can
go
just stay out there and time out until it thinks about its actions. They can come back in.
I go with that old 70s adage. If the nightstand is a rockin', don't bother knocking.
Just come join. It'll be fine.
Just come on in.
That's right.
Uh, But yeah, I love that. I love that review. Definitely haunted.
Definite.
Definitely. All of those things point to definitively haunted. Have you ever seen a hairbrush fall off a suit? It doesn't happen, John.
Never ever.
Hairbrushes are
They're made of Velcro,
specifically
right?
designed to
Stick to
not
luggage,
fall off of luggage. This does
right?
not happen. And nobody, and I say nobody ever sleep bumps a nightstand in the middle of the night, especially in a
Never happened
hotel
before,
where it's jammed right up against the bed,
and it's
and
unfamiliar.
and there's too many things on that one little nightstand, and it's like a cluster, and yeah,
I don't know what you're talking
definitely
about.
haunted, definitely
Never
haunted,
happens.
definitely haunted, John.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, and
I can't
by
wait.
the way, Mister Reviewer guy, it's room M113, not 103. It's 113. There's a 13 in it for a reason. Boo! God.
Scared me. Shit.
Did I spit when I said that, John? Sorry.
Yeah, I wasn't wearing my mask. Dick.
Well, fortunately, you were wearing glasses, so it won't creep in through your eyes.
Fair.
Because that's the horrible, scary part. I don't have a problem with virus going in through my mouth, but if it gets in through my eyes, that just
It's
creeps
fucked
me out.
up. Yeah.
Tell me, are you and is your girl on board? She's okay. Is she more concerned
I
now that?
I did it for her. I just asked her. I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to this haunted hotel?" And she was like, fuck yeah." Like, yeah,
Well, I mean,
she's 100% in. She
so
was all in.
so is she going to be an intrepid ghost hunter with you
Yeah, of course.
during the show?
Oh,
I,
probably not.
I,
No.
we should use her as bait. I'm just saying, bait is. I say bait? I did. What did I? What was the word I was looking? I don't know. Did I say bait?
I think
Okay, I
so,
think
but
that was a
no,
faux pas. The
that was
generational gap
horrible.
in no way endorses baiting.
Or bait
No
in
matter how
general.
much of a master you are.
No baiting. Right.
And on that note, John, tell these people where they can find us. We need to get the hell out of here.
Oh, we scared already? Oh man. All right. So, down in the description, we've got all of our stuff. We have our Twitter, which is the Gen Gap P. We have a Discord server, which is a lot of fun, and we get notifications. We talk to people who also like us somewhat, so that's always fun. Make sure you join that. We've also got our Gilded. The link is down there as well. That's where all of our Freedom Scoop group is, so you can go head over there and chat with them, chat with us, whatever. We got our subscribe star. So if you like us, you can give us some money and you'll get some cool perks in return. So make sure you go and check those out. And we would appreciate it. And I think that is it. Yeah, you can follow us on our D Live and our Trovo if you're on YouTube, or YouTube and Trovo if you're on D Live, or YouTube and D Live if you're on Trovo. You can follow us all those places. And of course, make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button. It's very important to us. We like that. We like when that happens. Feels good. Feels really good. Like
Sweet.
super good.
Hey, we got a show coming up on Friday at 8:30
Yes.
p.m. John's going to be down in Charleston, South Carolina, uh, doing the
And
show.
Elaine is going to join us. Don't forget that.
I'm working on it. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for
Hmm.
interrupting.
Anytime.
Anyway,
Literally anytime.
John's going to be ghost hunting for us while he's down there in Charleston. We're going to have a special guest on. We're going to have Elaine going to be joining us to talk a little bit ghosting us, share some experiences, hopefully. Maybe we'll have some anecdotal stuff. Maybe she and I can scan and watch and see if. Thanks, Ron Hilton. It's so nice to see that you care.
Time for Robert's nap.
Right?
Ha!
Right. Let me
Got him.
got to put my Depends on and go check out. But anyway, so we'll
I
be
need to go
coming
to
back.
sleep anyway, man.
We'll be here
Sorry.
on Friday for that, and then after and that's at 8:30 p.m. Then we'll be, of course, back again on Monday night for Fill in the Gap. We'll actually try and get back to some regular semblance of a show next week, where we're actually maybe a little bit funny at the beginning of the week, and then on Wednesday we'll be back again for another episode of this Shooting the Shit, just like this, where we'll talk about something current events and realistic and stuff,
Okay.
that makes you stop and think for 30 seconds or maybe more. But that'll be at 9:30 p.m. both Monday and Wednesday. All of those times of the Eastern Time Zone, the one and only true time zone, not to be confused with the rest of the posers out there towards the west. They know who they are, John, don't they? They know. Over there. So you guys have a good night, and I'm working on it, Helton. Maybe one of these days. Consider it. Maybe. Don't get me started. Anyway, we're gonna get the hell out of here. Thanks for joining us, folks. John, have a good night. We will see you in South Carolina. Peace out,
Yep.
everyone.
Yep. See you guys.
The one in you.